All right, so I'm going to do an update on the moringa trees. I planted these from seeds 2 months ago. And when I planted them, I put this in one pot by itself. And I put three seeds in there. Two came up. And yesterday, I separated one of the little trees. And this is what it looks like. So it's all wilted. However, it's still alive. So I'm not going to quite pull it up, but it was literally about as tall as this one. There's two here and they're separated from each other. This one came up probably, I don't know, maybe a week after this one did. So both of these are much, much smaller than this one. So we're talking literally in 2 months, this little tree took off. Now keep in mind, it gets fairly cold here in Tacoma. Now, during the summer, we've had temperatures from the 70s to the 80s and things like that, so it's great. But it also gets fairly cold here at nighttime, and these stay outside. So we're talking temperatures sometimes in the 40s, and so you're not going to see tremendous growth here like you would if it was warm all the time. But when you take a look, this one here is doing pretty good. So in 2 months, this is kind of what we got, and this is directly from seed. This is not from a plant that I had gotten before. We're literally talking, this is a tree. If you look over here, which is my little piddly pineapple, I don't think it's going to do anything necessarily. Maybe it's still growing, but I don't think I'm going to get anything out of this for a long time. And this is going on 2 years, I think, or at least a year and a half. Let's say a year and a half. So this is 2 months, and it's bigger than the pineapple. And if I would have to guess, I'm going to say it's probably about 7 inches tall or so. This one over here is probably about 5 inches. It's in a smaller container. I don't want to separate those two because there's two here. You can see it better this way. I don't know if you can, but there's actually two of them. And they're more farther apart than what this one was here. This one was literally right next to it. I had to dig way deep down and pull it out. I pulled out the entire taproot on this. So I hope I didn't damage it, but I'm not really sure. It's pretty wilted. This one is doing better. And I don't think I'm imagining things. It's only been a day, right? So I did this actually 2 days ago. It's been 2 days, and literally this has gotten taller in that time because it was probably about to here. It wasn't nearly this tall. It was about this height. So this one stunted the growth on this because they're pulling from the same area. I removed that, and this formed also. This wasn't there. So it's literally growing a lot faster since we don't have the this other one here. This one is still frozen in time, to be honest with you. It was about like this one and about that same height. But yeah, it's kind of stuck there. I don't know if it's going to continue to grow or not. We just have to see. And I don't want to separate these until I know how well this one does. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully this comes back. We'll see in a few days what happens, but so far I'm really happy and pleased with this one. And right now the sun's out, it's nice and hot, which is what these guys really like. I got some snails that crawl on this and eat on it, as you can see, or something's eating on it, but typically not too bad. So yeah, this is the update for the moringa that I planted about 2 months ago.